Hello and welcome, I am Mundane Failure, and this is Mono Red. Let's play. Today I want to take a look at a Mono Red snow list. Yesterday we played Mono White, and I had a lot of fun with it, and today I want to give Mono Red a try. We're playing a couple of new cards here. We're playing Toralf's Disciple. When it attacks, conjure 4 cards named Lightning Bolt into your library and then shuffle. Frenzied Geist Blaster, which lets you loot any card for an instant or sorcery if you have 20 or more instant or sorcery cards among cards in your graveyard, hand, and library. And then Electrostatic Blast, which lets you deal 2 to any target, and then on the next cast of an instant or sorcery, exile the top 3. You may play one of those cards until end of turn. The final new card we're giving a shot here is Rahilda. It is a 2-mana 2/2 first strike. When it attacks, when it deals combat damage, exile a non-land card from their library at random. During any turn you attack with a wolf or werewolf, which in this deck it's only going to be Rahilda, you may cast that card and spend mana as though it were any color to cast a spell. On the backside, it's just double strike instead of first strike. So these are cards I want to play. Maybe we're playing too many creatures, but I don't know. The last creature in the deck is Cemetery Gatekeeper. I really just want to give this card a shot. I think that it has a chance to be very powerful. Rounding out the deck, we got Magic Missile at our 3-drop spot. We're playing Shock, Play with Fire, and Frostbite. That's the deck. We're going to jump into some games. If you enjoy the deck list, please be sure to leave a like and comment which deck you want to see in the next video. Here we have a hand that is mostly Spikefield Hazards for lands, but it is pretty good otherwise, so we're going to keep it. Luckily, we don't have a Frostbite in hand, so we're not being punished by these Spikefield Hazards. I think we're going to start with just a Magmatic Channeler, rather. And then we get to attack with the turn 3 Toralf's Disciple. A card that makes our Frenzied Geist Blaster even better. This might get hit by an exile effect. No. Gonna get to shuffle 4 Lightning Bolts in. When it's gonna chump block, we get in for 1. Deadly Dispute. Opponent gets to draw a couple of cards here. We get in for 1. We kind of top out at 4 or 5 lands, so I might hold off on this Spikefield Hazard and use it as removal or ping damage. It does stop like Eye Twitch from learning Vanishing Verse that we thought they might have. Cursebound Witch. Another Toralf's Disciple off the top. I will play out the land here just because we're shuffling so many Lightning Bolts in. If we hit Frenzied Geist Blaster, I want to have more lands, basically. Cauldron Familiar and Witch's Oven. Wow, very good. Good for them. That's about as good of 2 hits you could get on the Cursebound Witch. Okay. Another Magmatic Chancellor here. Well, we're going to go face the Electrostatic Blast here. because I don't want them to sacrifice a creature in response to the trigger. Or to the card, and then we don't get our trigger. Magmatic Chancellor here. We're going to be able to fire this off. Turn this into a 4/4 pretty quickly, I think. As early as next turn. Shuffle 4 more lightning bolts in. So we got 12 lightning bolts in the library right now. And they're going to do the cat oven thing. I wonder if Cursebound Witch should just be played in the cat oven decks in Historic as redundancy for your cat oven combo. I haven't really played too much Historic since Alchemy came out, so I don't know what the decks are playing. Let's see. Faceless Haven's a good draw for us. Let's shock one of these tokens here and see what they do. Deadly Dispute. That is fine. So we hit Cemetery Gatekeeper, play with Fire Lightning Bolt. How does this read? Plays a land or casts a spell. Let's activate here. Okay, so we find a Cemetery Gatekeeper anyways. So let's Cemetery Gatekeeper. And I think we take an I think we'll take a creature here. And then Lightning Bolt the face. And then we'll shuffle in 4 more Lightning Bolts. Lightning Bolt count at 15. They're going to triple block and trade. Interesting. So take 2. Magic Missile would be a very nice draw. Take another 2. Torolf's Disciple. Honestly, I think we can do better. Like Lightning Bolt. I mean, we're just like so likely to draw Lightning Bolt that I think we'd be foolish to not discard almost anything in hopes of finding a Lightning Bolt. We got a single block sacrifice with the Witch Oven? No. Okay. we're just gonna send it back. Putting the cat into play does not count as casting. Does this activate only a sorcery? No. Well, I have first strike. I think from here on out we're using this as a blocker. Meat hook X4. Bummer. So they're gonna gain 2 life here. We might be at a point where we can't win now. Put your cat back into play. Lightning bolt. Deals with the cat semi-permanently. And I'm just tired of the client thinking that I want to activate my Faceless Havens. That's why we tapped. Whenever one or more creatures attack, you may have target attacking creature gain double strike. Okay. Well, we just need to draw 2 more of these lightning bolts. Creature gets +2/+2, okay. Oh, we're just dead next turn. I don't know what we could draw. Maybe we should be playing some number of the red land. This hand is fine. Get to say go here. Blue, white. So probably a control deck. We're just gonna shock the face here because we think they're aggro. Or I'm sorry, because we think they're control. And then I'm gonna plan on Cemetery Gatekeepering the shock. Okay, I'm fine with them countering that, because that means Toralf's Disciple is a little more likely to resolve. Let's go with the Cemetery, Frenzied Geist Blaster here. Okay, so that's exciting. They find Sciences. Okay. So as long as we can find a land, we get to play around Jawari Disruption. And I would really like to play around Jawari Disruption with the Toralf's Disciple. Perfect. And the fact that it's a Faceless Haven is even better. So we get to shuffle 4 Lightning Bolts into our deck. See what the opponent's got here. Revitalize. That's a bad card. It's not a card you want to be playing. I'd much rather see them playing like what's the Timely Reinforcements card? I don't know, but it's better than that. Alright, so we want to get rid of the Spikefield Hazard here. They're going to hit us with another Divide by 0. Play with Fire at least lets us scry. Maybe we get rid of the Frostbite because we don't plan on really... We don't think they're really going to have any creatures, especially not creatures that can be frostbited. Like, maybe they're playing Leer, maybe they're playing Hullbreaker to finish the game. At least Spikefield can deal 1 damage to the face, which is something. And trigger Prowess. And then we draw another Frostbite. That's brutal. Divide by 0 this back to hand. Okay. So this could be a Doomscar. If it is Doomscar, we're obviously playing into it by replaying our Toralf's Disciple. And now they have the option for that 4-mana counter spell that lets them seek a card with the same mana value as what was countered. I think we just go in with the Faceless Haven. Let's scry 1 here. Pragmatic Channeler to the bottom. We'll play one of these out. I almost just skipped through my ability to activate Faceless Haven. Fateful Absence. Okay. This looks to get him for 2. Electrostatic Blast. We can fire that off on their end step. We'll fire it off now to make sure it resolves. Obviously, it sucks that they just got up to 5 cards reduced. Leer. Okay, so that means they have a Divide by 0 available, Fateful Absence, 2 Divide by 0s available. So if we make them use their Divide by 0 here, we get to Frostbite, Spikefield Hazard, get in for 4. Leer's exiled. And we get to look at the top 2 here. Maybe we just Lightning Bolt instead. That way we get to keep our card in hand. I forgot about the Electrostatic Blast, so I guess it was better to Spike Field Hazard first. They could just fire off this Mascot Exhibition here. Another Leer. Quite unfortunate. Which means they have another Divide by Zero available. Another Revitalize. They're gonna let us go to combat? Seems bad. You don't want to let us shuffle 4 more Lightning Bolts into the library. Okay. Well, I still have removal that lets me beat this Leer in combat, so we're going to go to combat here. They can Fateful Absence, so we don't want to target the Leer. They choose to do nothing, so we will do nothing. We want to get in for as much damage as possible. Revitalize, you got it. The longer we can keep them from recasting this Discover the Formula, the better off we are as well. Sucks that they've got 2 Environmental Sciences as well that they can play. Tough choice on what to discount. I would, just based on their hand, I would do the Mascot Exhibition. Just based on what we know. It doesn't tell us. So they did choose the Mascot Exhibition. And they've still got Revitalize of it, or Fateful Absence available. Get in for 3, you got it. A 3rd Torolf's Disciple. It's really not what we want to see. Let's get in for 5 here. Alright, so they Fateful Absence. At least we keep the Prowess creature around. See how they decide to block before we do anything. Okay. So at least we get to clear their board here. Unfortunately, they just get to cast another one. It's going to be next to impossible for us to win this game. Especially with them gaining 4 more life from these Environmental Sciences. Hold back the guy's Channeler because they are worried about Torolf's Disciple, I guess. So we can take out the Jawari Disruption, which will force them to discover the formula, and then any instant they cast causes them to take 2 damage. Or we can just take out the Mascot Exhibition, which prevents them from... No, we can't, because they have a Jawari Disruption in their graveyard. So we can't do that this turn. Because our Cemetery Gatekeeper just gets countered. They leave up exactly enough for Jawari Disruption. Divide by 0. Okay. So, I don't know what's right here, taking out the instant or the sorcery. I feel like we gotta take out the Mascot Exhibition, because that's what's gonna let them, like, win the game. Then if they want to cast Reduce to Memory, at least we get a 3-2 out of the deal. And they take 2 damage from it. Miri's Call, take 2 damage. So, we're kind of dead on board. Draw a card. Yeah, I think we're just dead here. Unfortunate. That was a tough one. I think that's a really tough matchup for us. And, like, we came really close to winning that game. This hand is perfectly fine. We might be able to just, like, get through with a Rahilda. Play that out as a land. So we're probably playing against mono green or green red wolves. They have a Rahilda of their own. Haha. So we are seriously winning this game, I think. Tovlar, that'll be good for us to play. Looks like they want to kill the Cemetery Gatekeeper. Please play a creature. So they get rid of the Rahilda. Good for them. Whatever they play, I've got plenty of removal for. I could remove something with 6 toughness if I need to. I think we just take 5 here. Another Rahilda. Submit 2. Oh no, I'm bad. Oh no, this does hit Planeswalkers, okay. I don't know why I thought it did. They're afraid to play creatures because they don't want to take damage. Another Arlen. Like 2 wolves. Well, on the bright side, I've got first strike. Double block doesn't do it because of my shock. We'll just get rid of the Arlen.
The hunter becomes the hunted.
You're gonna have to play a creature eventually if you want to play this game. The 3rd Arlen.
Ancient magic.
My god.
The hunt is over.
Yeah, I'll take 2 to play a Tovlar. Okay, so they get their own Tovlar back in their graveyard. No attacks. We have first strike, so we should play defense here. Ranger class, make another wolf. Kessig Naturalist. Brutal. How are we losing this game? Turns out they don't play as many creatures as I thought. This is brutal. Starting off with an 0-3 record with mono red. More than likely. Well, at least we got a 6/6 here. Oh, we're dead. Nothing we could do. Got plenty of stuff to do. Got plenty of stuff to do, so let's see if it's going to be good enough. Start with the Rahilda. If this is a control deck and they're only playing 1 or 2 creatures, Geist Chandler. I'll steal a Leer. I stole a Valorous Stance. Divine Purge. Interesting. A Cemetery Gatekeeper on sorcery here. Get him for 2. Let's go for the Rahilda. Jawari. So maybe we could have gone for the Cemetery Gatekeeper there on instant. Let's get him for damage first. Cemetery Gatekeeper on instant this time. Say go. By invitation only. So we've got them at an effective 5. We might be able to win this thing. Let's go for the end of turn shock. Let's go for the attack. Shuffle some more lightning bolts in. Hull Breaker Horror. Put them to an effective 2. They can't attack with their Hull Breaker unless they leave back Cave. I think we lose to the Hull Breaker Horror. Leer. So if we draw a lightning bolt off the top, we could have this. Take 10, down to 3. This is quite unfortunate. I thought if anything with this deck, our mana would give us trouble. And our mana has not been any issue at all in this deck. Thirst for Discovery. Discard Fateful Absence. So they have instants in the graveyard to recast, and there's the card we needed 2 turns ago. Hullbreaker's gonna return it. We might still be able to get there, honestly. They need 2 1-mana spells. Or a counter spell, like a hard counter spell here. Oh my god, we did it. We shouldn't have won that game. Oh, shouldn't have won that game. Well, Mono Red was quite disappointing there in our showing. Unfortunate, but not every deck's going to be good in Alchemy, and it's I take it and I think that it's fun to try and figure out what decks are going to be good. So I'm glad I played it, glad I found out that it's kind of bad. Maybe we can come back and rework the deck and make it a little better on the next showing, but that won't be for quite a while. So if you enjoyed, please be sure to hit that like button and leave a comment. Let me know what deck you want me to play next, and I'll add it to the queue. Thanks for watching. I love you. Bye.